After a wonderful couple days here in Vancouver, it's time to head back to the East Coast, and I'll be taking Porter Airlines to Boston with a stop in Ottawa. Although I have flown on Porter before with their Q400s in the Toronto city, this will be the first time I've ever flown one of their jet aircraft. Not only will this be my first time ever flying a Porter jet aircraft, but it will also be my first ever time flying on an Embraer E2 variant, so I'm really excited to try that as well. Porter does offer kiosks here in Vancouver, but because my final destination is in the United States, I had to see an agent and couldn't use the kiosk. Porter does participate in the TSA PreCheck program, but that's a program for the United States, and because I'm departing from Canada, that really didn't do anything for me here, so do make sure to leave yourself plenty of time as there's only one line for security. My aircraft for this flight over to Ottawa will be CGKQU, an Embraer E195-E2 that was delivered directly to Porter in June of 2023.
Would now like to welcome our avid travelers and PorterReserve passengers to board flight 262 with service to Ottawa. Please have your boarding pass and...
All of Porter's E195s have 132 seats on board, with the first 4 rows being PorterReserve, and feature 36 inches of legroom versus the normal 30 in Porter Classic. My seat for this flight over to Ottawa will be 3A, a window on the left side of the plane. Before pushing back from the gate, they came around and gave us PorterReserve menu cards. As with this cabin class, you do get a free meal on board.
Please place your hand luggage in the overhead stowage compartments or under the seat in front. Please ensure baggage does not block aisles or emergency exits, and use caution when moving the overhead bins. We would like to remind you that smoking, including vaping and e-cigarettes, is not permitted on this flight. Porter Airlines is pleased to offer the use of your smartphones and tablets.
I'll go over more features of this cabin when we're in the air. flights they operate with these planes. In the same back pocket there is a magazine with the route map and fleet information, as well as a sick bag and the menu that I put in the seat back pocket. On the back of the seat in front of you towards the bottom is where the outlets are located. And with this plane arranged in a 2x2 configuration with the 2 outlets, there is plenty of plugs for every single person to charge at least one of their devices for the entire flight. In this compartment at the top of your seat back are a couple of pamphlets, such as how to connect to the Wi-Fi, how to get a Porter credit card, and of course your safety card. Not just with PorterReserve, but in any seat on board their Embraer E2s. They do offer free Wi-Fi for 30 minutes if you watch an ad, which is a really great feature, and although it does say only 30 minutes, once the 30 minutes is up, you can just watch another ad and restart the session. When you're in PorterReserve, you do get a free meal, which the crew starts bringing out about 30 minutes after takeoff. First thing they brought out was a bowl of poached mangoes along with fresh fruit and berries, which also came with an apple cinnamon mini loaf. Also in this first box of food was this little cardboard thing, which essentially can be put together and used as a device holder so you can watch movies and TV. And here you get a little bit better idea of what it looks like when it's put together. About 20 minutes later they brought around our main entree choice, which for me was a butter croissant that had cream cheese, chives, smoked turkey, tomatoes, and arugula. I'll also put a picture of the menu on the screen so you can see it. Other things that you get with your PorterReserve ticket are no change fees, 2 bags checked for free, and of course complimentary beer, wine, and other alcohol that are served in these glass cups. Given just how comfortable these seats are and the early morning nature of this flight, I somehow managed to fall asleep while I was eating food, and I didn't wake up until we were starting our approach into Ottawa.
Any service items that you would like to dispose of, please have these available for collection. Thank you.
This weather in Ottawa is 24 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy, and we're expected to land at approximately 2:50 local. On behalf of the Porter team, it's been our pleasure having you on board. Hope you enjoyed your Porter service and certainly look forward to having you on board again soon. Thank you and have a nice day.
had a great time on Porter Airlines flying cross-country from Vancouver to Ottawa in their PorterReserve cabin. And the PorterReserve class is a very nice balance of the economy cabin as well as the perks that come with first class sections on other airlines, like free check bags, early boarding, and of course the meals. This is the first time I've ever flown cross-country on an aircraft arranged in a 2x2 configuration, and given how roomy the aircraft felt, I definitely would do it again. From here I continue on with Porter in their reserve cabin, this time on a Q400 to Boston. That video will be out at some point in the future.